Mr. Jerry Duggar. Got a little red rooster, too lazy to crow, babe. Got a little red rooster, too lazy to crow, babe. Keeping everything in the barnyard upset in you. Got a little red rooster, too lazy to crow. Got a little red rooster, too lazy to crow. Keeping everything in the barnyard upset in every way. Dogs begin to howl all over the neighborhood. Dogs begin to howl all over the neighborhood. Better watch out, y'all, little red roosters. Got a little red rooster, too lazy to crow. Got a little red rooster, too lazy to crow. Babe. Keeping everything in the barnyard upset in every way. Got a little red rooster, too lazy to crow for days. Son of a bitch, it is fun to be me, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, it really, Jesus Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jerry Duggar.
Hey.
Oh, Lord Almighty. Jesus, that was, God bless New Orleans, man. Thank you for very much.
Thank you for
taking
the
time.
invite. I do appreciate it.
For coming over, man.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you. All right. Number one guitar, Mr. Jerry Duggar, episode number 3. I am going to make sure not to make the mistake I made last time. We are 100% rolling. And Jerry,
Yes, sir.
we, first of all, thank you. That was, we'll talk about, definitely talk about that song. And your ability with the classic songs, man, is just brilliant. It really is. I'll get into that. But introductions. Mr. Jerry Duggar has been on the American blues scene for a long time, even though both of us are just 23 years old yet again. In 2024, he has been at this a long time in multiple locales, and we're going to get into that. He is a brilliant blues man, brilliant interpreter, brilliant writer, a solo player, a band player, an ensemble player, an ambassador to the blues. I mean, pick it. The accolades are all there. I mean, you're a hell of a player, and you're a great guy personally. We're friends. Full disclosure, we're friends, and we've became friends quickly, and that's a lot.
True that.
Yeah, it is a testament to you. Sometimes musicians can be, sometimes blues musicians, that shit's true. Some people can be prickly as fuck. You are not, my friend. I generally am not, and we kind of met. We met similar people. My ego doesn't enter the room before me.
There you go.
Neither does yours.
There you
Doesn't-
go.
It doesn't.
It's like, I got a guitar. I've been at this for a while.
They all work. Yeah,
Just
they
do
come
what
like
I
this
do.
from the factory. So let's go. I'm gonna go again. We're only 20. We turned 20. Jerry and I turned 23 years old again last week. But Jerry, if I can go, I'm gonna go. We're gonna the podcast. We're gonna talk about early influences.
Mhm.
Talk about main people early on in your life.
Okay.
Then talk about the progression in the blues, your life in the blues. We'll come to New Orleans, and then we'll talk about this fancy pants guitar that I was just 3 feet from and heard you do your thing on.
Fancy pants?
Fancy, well, hey,
It's the best $189 investment I ever made in a guitar.
And when I asked you to do this podcast, when I said bring your number one guitar, you looked at this one and said there was no choice with you. It was right there. There was no, let me go home and get my X because I don't bring that up. No, it was this one. The one you play is your number one. But I'm getting in front of myself.
This is number one of three.
Number one of three.
Yeah, because when I came down here, I couldn't travel with a whole lot of guitars. So I brought this one. I brought the first one, and this is a Gretsch Gem Dandy, and basically it's a parlor size guitar. This one is amplified. It's got a pickup in it. A nice Gretsch pickup in it. It's got volume and tone, but the one prior to this did not have those, and I found myself just trying to keep up, volume wise and so on and so forth. And so I left that one at my wife's house. And I bought this one that has the pickup and the volume and tone, and a little array. I also played with a small array of effects, basically digital reverb, two effects, digital reverb and parametric EQ. And I like it on the bassy side because I am a bass player, and with a little reverb, it's perfect for me. And and so this is a good old workhorse. Now, you're not supposed to do this, but me being kind of lazy, I leave this guitar in the car.
What?
On 100-degree days.
And it's not exploded? Holy shit. In New Orleans, you leave that thing
Look
in
at
there.
look at the bridge.
That is rock solid.
It's rock solid. And
Advertisement for Gretsch
God
guitars,
bless
that's for sure.
Gretsch for making affordable guitars that stay together.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's my commercial for Gretsch.
Well, the reality is, I don't know where they make Gretches. I'm going to assume they make.
Oh, they're Chinese.
They're Chinese, but the fact that Chinese guitar. And I know maybe it's an unpopular thing to say, and I'm not getting involved in that shit. Chinese guitars are far more than they used to be. That's for sure. And that there's evidence right there. You leave that thing.
Gretsch has standards, and they meet the standard.
Yeah.
They always have had standards.
So you mentioned bass. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna begin at the beginning. I know that you were not originally a guitar player. What's the earliest? How'd you get into music? Why did you pick up, in this case, a bass guitar? Tell that story. Where are you? How old are you? Where are you living? Did you hear somebody on the bass and be like, I want to be that guy? Or what's the story?
Okay. My initial interest in music started in Harlem, me rolling around on the floor in front of this huge Grundig console stereo, going through my parents' record collection. And I found Little Richard, 78s of Little Richard, 78s of Elvis Presley, 33 and a thirds, albums of Ray Charles, and West Side Story, the cast album West Side Story. And I used to play these records all the time.
The same ones.
We're talking about Little Richard, Tutti Frutti, Good Golly Miss Molly.
Okay.
Elvis Presley, Jailhouse Rock, Don't Be Cruel. Ray Charles, the record from 1957, Ray Charles live at the Newport Jazz Festival. The cover of which is him standing at the front of the stage playing alto saxophone in a purple sharkskin suit.
Ray playing the saxophone.
Yes. Ray playing saxophone. And the blues, it's like what nailed me about the blues was the first track on that record is The Right Time. You know the right time. You know the night time's the right time. You know the one in the Cosby Show?
Oh, yeah.
And the opening of that song is and I was like, whoa, what is this? I was like, whoa, this is good. This is good. It like right now, hair standing up on my arms. And so everything after that, I listened to the radio when I was a kid. I grew up a little bit, got a job, got an interest in drums, started playing drums until that was probably, we're talking about between 10 and 17. when I was able to go into a bar, I started playing drums, and I got a job, and I started playing bass on the job because I had. This is a long story. I'm sorry.
Fire away, man. That's
started-
what we're here for.
I started
We
playing-
gotta- before we get to this, we got to figure out how it kind of got to this.
Right. So I was playing. Oh my God. Okay. Deep breath.
Playing the bass at the bar.
All right, so when I was working for Grumman Data Systems Corporation, I listened to the radio a lot, and I was playing drums, so I got involved with some guys on the job. But I left that job after 5 years, and I was still playing drums. Fast forward to 1983, and I was walking around the village. I was looking for a bass. Something told me to play bass. I needed to play bass. No, not something told me to play. A situation dictated that I play bass. I was working with some friends at Dan Lynch Bar, 2nd Avenue and 14th Street. I was playing drums on the jam session. And my friend Johnny Allen needed a bass player for his band. And, I'm sorry. I'm screwing this story up. Okay, so.
Fire away.
No.
Dan Lynch
See, I really
story.
didn't need
story
coffee.
bar at the time. I mean, that's that thing that so many people.
You
spent
remember
time-
Dan Lynch Bar?
I do.